Sharpen your pencils and get out your books. Gonna do some drawing, gonna get some crazy looks. People be like, what are you doing to that head? Drawing a prehistoric monster that's been 65 million years dead. Pretzels dropping some beats so you can move your feet while you're waiting for the stream to stream. It's gonna be supreme, like a crazy live dream. Except you're awake and the music's playing, and then there's clapping, and then you're swaying. You're like, oh no, here's my hands in the air, waving on demand, 'cause you don't care. Ripley, what time is it?
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
No, I actually meant what time is it? Could you check the actual time? I didn't mean, hey Ripley, what's time is it? And you're like, it's time to drop this beat and then do this chord. No, the actual time, because I can't quite see from here, but it looks like the clock has struck 8:30, and it's time to stream the thing. Means you press the button. Ripley, sweetest angel, are you there? There you are. Hey, sweet angel. So yeah, you want to press the button? You want to get this thing started? That'll be amazing. Thanks.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
And tell your hot mom.
Hot mom.
There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Why am I... Ripley, set to the buttons. Hello. My name is Curtis. Over here we've got Milo reacting in his little Mario pipe. One of these days I will do something else different with him. Maybe a Tom Selleck Magnum PI outfit. Mostly things that I can put a mustache in, perhaps a Dr. Milo, things that I can hide his mouth behind, because it just makes life easier. And Ripley? Hey, sweet angel. Thanks for looking at me. Music's still playing, but I'm talking. Can you do me a fave? Can you do me a sweet fave? Thanks, sweet angel. You're the greatest.
Meow, 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 meow.
That's awesome. That's great. So anyway, Ripley, of course, runs everything, and then off to the right, someday I'll fit him in here somewhere, is Major Penguin. Oh. There we go. That hides that little flyaway area. Anyway. Hey Pat. Hey Space Cootie. Here we go for another Dino cartoony. Other people I'm sure are also floating around. It's great to have those people watching as well. Everybody who shows up. It's always fun. And this is what we do. Avocado Shakes and Drake are probably hanging out as well. Maybe Keegan McCool and Master Drew. I don't know. There's a bunch of people floating around, and then of course the daughter of Tyre, whatever her name was. She's got like 5 different Instagrams now. Anyway, I don't know how to spell anything. I know that she watches on YouTube, but quick behind the scenes. See this plant right here? This like hanging spider plant, whatever it is. As it occasionally dies and a few leaves turn brown and fall off, they end up on this thing because this I keep kind of tucked under this chair, and then half of it hangs out, and that was me. Excuse me, trying to get rid of some dead leaves indoors. Nothing to worry about here. Find my eraser. For once, I don't know. I managed to get myself ready for streaming, so I started doodling, and basically have something already drawn to just start going in with marker fun. And that way, we will have time for some countdown fun. The living room plant, on the other hand, I don't know. I mean, I know the answer is there's not enough light there, and everything I put in that spot right in front of the window dies. So the random grocery store plant, I decided, hey, this will be awesome. I'm going to get this random grocery store plant. I'm going to replace the other dead plant that's been long since gone with that. And, you know. Oh yeah, so I got Mixer working again, because I don't want to speak ill of Mixer. It's a magical platform where you can stream and everything, and the Restream.io allows me to restream everywhere, unless of course you're on Streamlabs, which I believe now does allow you to restream all over the road. But yeah, it's working again. Nothing was really wrong. Just in order to stream with Mixer, you have to first like watch their video and agree to some stuff, and then get approved. Even though it's like I've already been on Mixer for like months now. Now you're like, yeah, now you have to prove you can be on Mixer. Like, not cool, Mixer. Not cool. Grandfathered in. All right. Back in my parents' generation, there was always a thing where it was like, no, I've been on this plan for years. So you can't, I'm still under the old-timey rules. You can't change me now because I'm old. And that's what I want. I want some grandfathering rules. Anyway, hey Adam F1000. No, it is not a jackal. What we're drawing, you mean? It's a Dilophosaur head on a lady body. But yeah, we usually go to this camera, and there we go. We can better see what's going on. It's a little rough right now. We'll add some color, and then we'll add some black lines, maybe, depending on whether or not adding the color looks fantastic or not, because sometimes it does. And sometimes it's like, that color needs some lines to make it pop. Unless, of course, you were thinking Ripley is a jackal, which, no, she's just an adorable little cat.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah, nobody cares. And then, of course, this guy in the pipe is also just a stupid cat for jerks. Yeah, you're a jerk and you're stupid and nobody likes you. Not like Ripley, I was just mean, but that's just a fun thing that we do because she's the greatest and she keeps everything running and she knows all the things. And of course, we don't even talk about so-and-so over there. Why? Is it because it's so hard to reach the button that switches to me? It's just slightly out of reach, beyond Ripley 1 and Ripley 2, where Ripley 3 used to be. It is now me, Major Penguin. Can I tell you a tale of space, the cosmos, and energy, magic, and of course, science? No. Impossible. Yeah, totally not a beloved character like me. I'm basically like, I'm pretty much the Mario of your life. I mean, it's like you're Nintendo and I'm your Mario. So like without me, you're basically useless. People are like, oh, hey, yeah, no, I got a brand new Nintendo. Oh, what did you get with it? Duck Hunt and Mario, or just Duck Hunt? And then you hate yourself for the rest of your life because Duck Hunt's only fun for like 20 minutes. And then you're like, I could use 8 solid levels of, dinosaur turtle monster fighting And of course, let's not forget about jumping out of weird bathrooms with eyes. Like, don't forget about it. Never forget about it. That's what that thing was all about, right? I mean, no, it's not what that thing was about. Just anyway, I think I erased enough here. No, I didn't. There's still some waist lines in there. And elbow circles. And the cylinder there. Alright, I've left all of the structure and I've erased nothing. Terrible at this. But that's what we do. You find your version of structure that works best and you run with it. Because CTK, who is occasionally watching during or later, she stopped by today to pick up one of the drawings that I did here on stream, and I sold it to her, and she took it up the street and put it on her wall already. And we were just talking about, stuff like, how do you draw this thing, or you do that, or whatever. And the main advice for doing anything, especially drawing, is just 900% practice. Just figure out how you want to draw and keep practicing at that. Try other ways of drawing and let them influence you until they all, the saying as old as time, until they Voltron together into a giant robot of skills that you can use to battle your imagination into artistic masterpieces. You know the old saying? I feel like I don't go a week without hearing that old saying. Is it out of my own face? Yes, it is. But that's fine. That's fine. Just because you're the one saying it doesn't mean your hallowed wisdom isn't hallowed and wise. But if I could use that as a segue to prove my point, where are my markers? Sorry, buddy. That's right. Just like a hitman and his murder tools. Got a pile of markers, and I've got no rules. Now I got to figure out how to... There's totally a folding table over there I could just use instead of this other footstool. But, whatever. Do like I always do. I'll just put it on the floor and reach down here. Is this good TV? Hey! Just going down to the tickle trunk, Casey, to get some, colors to make some things. Now let's not do this lady Caucasian color. Or even pink for once. It's been a while since I've done a purple body person. Yeah. Let's do some purple. Because, hey, do you do judo when they surround you? A little mental yoga till they disappear. Thunder only happens when it snows. Something, something. I don't think that's the song I was thinking of. But there's some Tori Amos song that mentions the purple people, and so I think it is that one. Anyway, it's been a while since I've listened to Tori Amos stuff. But some of the words are still bouncing in my head, always and forever. So anyway, earlier I just said, anyway, this is a good segue. And then I started talking about the color purple. Not the movie, but just shades of purple. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.5 shades of purple, my new sexy book. Over there, just slightly out of reach, are my notes. I actually made a few notes of things to talk about. Because I had stuff that I definitely wanted to talk about. Even I did a bunch of stuff this week and lots of things on my mind. Ready to go. Can't wait for stream time. Can't wait for stream time. And then it's just Tuesday, right? Sunday night. Maybe it was Monday. I don't even know anymore. I think it was Monday now that I say that out loud. My brother sends me a text. He doesn't text all the time. I don't text ever. And when he does, it's just like when Burt Raccoon wakes up. It's just my world. It ends up broken every single time. Now, hey Curtis, I'm Adam F1000. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know you. I just got here. Hey, let me enlighten you, Adam. He's a stupid old idiot who doesn't know anything. So all of his internet adventures involve watching 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown and QI over and over and over again. So he doesn't really know the memes. So at his job where he has to, do a lot of memes, he doesn't understand anything and has to ask young people to translate all the time because he's basically useless. And that's enough. That's quite enough. But yeah, it's true. There's a thing that's apparently a thing, and like my brother has definitely sent me 100 World Star videos. Am I saying that right? World Star? And in my head, never for so much of a minute thought of it as a thing. It's just like, I don't know. That's some logo of some website that I guess has like some kind of fail videos or something. Whatever, I don't know, but the videos seem to usually be of the same type of horrific nature. Hey, no, hey, whoa, I fell down. And still, just violence and agony, and just like, I don't feel good about 90% of those videos, but there's still always a 10% that I'm just like, what is happening right now? Was the most amazing thing just texted to me? And yes. So I guess World Star is a thing, and only because on a podcast I was listening to, they were like, yeah. So like some guy World Star pops up, and suddenly you're a World Star. Like, oh, World Star, that makes sense now. It's like, hey, you're a star of doing something dumb out in the world, and we got you. And it's like a TMZ, except for regular people, or all the people, for the world, the TMZ of the world. Hey, look, dumb people are like us too. Everyone's dumb like everybody. Watch us fall down. And so like I said, so some of them aren't just people getting hurt, and those are the ones that are just like, what is happening? Those are usually the song and dance ones. Like one my brother sent to me, and I'm just like, what am I looking at right now? Because I did expect like, oh, this is going to end with somebody getting their face smashed in. But it wasn't. This guy is like, I want to say a dentist or a doctor, and he's like in the chair. And then I think a nurse or another doctor's like, what's going on in here? And he was like, let me tell you, this is the place. And he starts like doing this dance all the way through and pointing, much like when a politician decides to make a rap video. Okay, I swear, Ripley, I swear on your stupid ninth cat life. How many times do I have to take the things and resize them properly? I mean, seriously? Oh, Ripley, did you see that? That just moved. Look, Milo's floating in space. Ridiculous. Rips. Oh my god, you're lucky. You're so useful. Alright, let's put that there. I'm going to put the lock on it again, even though the other things haven't had a lock on them. What about here, Ripley? Where's the alert box going off here? Same thing. We just fixed this, Ripley. Like, literally 9 minutes ago? This is bananas. Furious. What if we go to your screen? Where's the alert on you? Oh, right where it should be. Yeah, of course it is. Oh, what a surprise. Checked your own screens. Everybody else. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I hear you. Shut up. No, I'm not meowing in time with your mouth, and that's fine. Hey, what about me? Where's the alert box on my face? Oh, there it is, right where it needs to be. All right, now go back to the thing and do your drawings. Thank you. All right. Not sure if your Mixer chat messages are making it into your overlay. I'm going to say they're definitely not. And I'm fine with that. Sorry, Mixer, you're not being loaded. You can at least watch the stream now. But for some reason, every little thing she does is magic, but she doesn't even have any thumbs. So, oops. Multi-streaming? Mixer, the API connection has expired. Reconnect. Why? Why? Why does everything expire now? Why does everything only last for a few minutes? Anyway, OX. Over. Hi, OX over. Thanks for following. I'm gonna try and see if I can. Oh, for the love of. No, that's not my login or password. So. Alright, whatever. Mixer, you're a turd. And chat. Open. Drink. Sometimes the sounds of other people are actually just the sounds of people who are just inconsiderate upstairs neighbors. I walk around this apartment as if I'm robbing the place. Anybody outside who can see in the windows at times when there's only a few lights on and I'm just in shadow mode to them have to think that apartment's definitely being robbed right now, right? Like that is only the shadow work of somebody who's sneaking around an apartment who is robbing it. Yeah. Let's keep an eye on it though before we call the cops. Still going. Have we been watching this guy rob this apartment for 3.5 hours? Yeah. He might just live there and creep around his own apartment because, oh, you know what? It's a second floor. So he's probably actually hyper considerate of everybody else or just hypersensitive to sound. So he doesn't want to make his own noise, but definitely doesn't want to make noise for the lady downstairs. Now I say this knowing that the shape of this room, probably 99% for sure, makes it a sound funnel that just goes wah and takes whatever random loudness, voices, and songs that I do and just permeates that poor lady's little office downstairs with, this. Let's look at my reference again, see where some of these lights and shadows are, even though 2 seconds into it, I will stop paying attention to the reference and just start doing whatever. Now, if you're not new to this, Pat and Space Goonie know that it's going to take me a long time to get to that thing that I keep saying I'm trying to segue to because I have to preface every story with a segue story about the segue story. And, any distractions need to be talked about. You got to get your sleeves perfect. I'm sure I spend 50% of my day trying to make sure my sleeves are perfect so that I can draw. Anyway, if you do have any pressing concerns from Mixer, yes, please direct them towards Pat. He is our stream RoboCop and new diplomatic liaison between all of the 12 empires. So aside from all of the World Star stuff, The other night, my brother sends me a text, and I open it, and it doesn't even, normally you get like a YouTube link, and it says like, you'll see a thumbnail, it'll say something, to let you know what it is. This just said YouTube. Like, is my brother not aware? Excuse me. Of how much how much YouTubing I do? I mean, I have a YouTube channel that is jam-packed with well over 100 videos of me talking to this guy and different versions of all of these weirdos. And now this live stream, it kind of, just the way it looked felt like a generic ad for milk, and it's just like, milk. Get it in ya. We're just trying to sell all the milk. We don't care which company sells it because, the government's paying for half of it and we get half of it anyway. So milk, drink it because of the economy. Are you drinking it yet? It makes you strong? I don't know, whatever. Anyway, it's cow hormones. You know how that's normal. So I click on it with partially no expectation, thinking this might just take me to my own base YouTube, account. Like, hey, here's the Stephen Colbert's and Game Grumps that you've missed today. But no, I don't even it's how do you explain something that's crazy? And without just being one of those streamers that are like, hey, let's watch me watch YouTube today. Because that makes me a little bit crazy and just jealous that it's like, that's a job people have? I mean, I get paid to make artwork for people whose job it is to watch YouTube. And I mean, not even in a Joel McHale type of way, just in a just like, hey, my friend Craig, yeah, he watches YouTube. Want to go over to his place and watch him watch YouTube? Like, he must crack you up with like his hilarious tags and little like one-liners and just introspective I don't know, like thoughts on these YouTube videos and fail videos and whatever, right? Like, right? No, he's just there, and we watch Craig watch videos. He doesn't actually move that much. He doesn't even really laugh that much, really. Like, sometimes you'll get a reaction, but that's a thing. Like, okay, again, everything's a thing. Everything's a thing. So, keep Voltroning your thing until it turns into a giant robot that you can use to smash your enemies. Or hold up other heroes or, people like Pat who are, magical and supportive. Checking channels and whatnot. Oh man. So he sends me this video, and I come from a place called Cape Breton, and things are different in Cape Breton, I'll say. For example, this isn't how people talk in Cape Breton. And I keep forgetting that until I talk to somebody from Cape Breton, or somebody who's like, you're from Cape Breton? I never would have realized. And I'm like, what? Why? I have such, I sound like this. Like, that doesn't sound like anything. You've raised yourself on weird American television, and you don't sound like anything anymore. You psychopath. There's no water in that. Water. So again, mild sidetrack. I was in a car with people that I believe are from around here, just three hours away from Cape Breton. And I was telling a story of my dad. And when I tell dad stories, I occasionally drift into my impression of my dad, which is ostensibly what my real accent should be, but I don't do it, and I don't know how to keep it up anymore. I'm sure that there are times when it does pop up and, the odd person's like, gotcha. Heard you talking Cape Breton. Like, okay, fine. But I was doing my version of my dad, and this guy was like, you do a real good Cape Breton voice. Like, that's dead on. Like, yeah, I'm not technically doing a voice. I'm just turning off this voice, I think. Like, I don't know what the rules are on that kind of thing. Accents are very specific. For example, on one of these British shows that I say I only watch, it was definitely a very old one. No, it wasn't. It was a newer one. I want to say that it was Would I Lie to You, I think. And on Would I Lie to You, there was this guy who was blind. Yes. And he had a neighbor who was deaf. And basically, the crux of the story is I thought he was being rude. He thought I was being rude. We both didn't realize either of us didn't know each other was there until we ran into, our wives. And they could explain what was going on. But then he said of this deaf guy that he was like, the strange thing is that he's Australian. He's like, but he's deaf. So he's only Australian, like in his head. He doesn't know what it sounds like to sound Australian. And I'm just like, and that definitely messed with my, like, completely broke my head on my, standpoint on accents, because it is just like, you eventually kind of sound like what's around you, or, build your own thing from that. But Australian is like the best accent to have. It's just amazing. But then I so badly am like, how do I look this guy up? Or do I go looking up deaf Australians? And it is like, hey, could you just look up any accent whatsoever and just deaf blank, and then what they sound like, what their accent is, and maybe perhaps learn what the ultimate neutral accent is that we're all pre-programmed with before we develop a new type of. All right, that's what my thought was. But yeah. What are we all what accent are we initially loaded with? Or is it just more soundy? I don't know. Again, just got me thinking. This is an interesting pile of thought that I never thought before. I've just never thought this far before, Mr. Baggins. Mr. Frodo? Mr. Frodo? How does Samwise sound? Mr. Frodo? Mr. Frodo? I've just never thought this far from the Shire before. Oh, Sam. We'll think much farther than this, Sam. With my giant mouth. So, I open up this video, and within 2 seconds, I'm just like, oh, this is a From Back Home video. And I want to say it's kind of like this, but nothing's like this. Nobody has my production value. Scratch that. I did some artwork for a guy wearing full, like, armor and face paint and a crown. Crazy production value, and I animated more production value for him. So there's that. But most streams, even if it's just a, hey, we're just hanging out stream and I'm a pretty person, or I'm just playing video games and I'm a dirtbag, doesn't matter. 90% are still, hey, here's me. Obviously my desk is right here, and right there is my bed, and maybe it's made, maybe it's not. Some pillows, maybe some dishes over there, perhaps a window. But usually it is just like, here's a corner of my bedroom and or my whole entire apartment that also encompasses my bedroom, my kitchen, my everything. And you know, you get to see exactly that person's state of cleanliness. Again, I'm obsessive compulsive. That's where I judge things from. So immediately, video is, I'm gonna say, a big guy, like definitely a Hell's Angels looking guy. And I say definitely because he was a Hell's Angels guy, like either former or current, but he was a biker for sure. He's got like, oh no, this one, he had like a white t-shirt on, and it looked like, did somebody write that? I think that's just written on your shirt with marker. Anyway, let's let you talk a minute, and maybe there'll be some enlightenment. And right away, he's just like, all right, bye. Here we go, bye. Oh, no, there goes that, bye. And he's just kind of repeating things, and he keeps like, It's like a stream by the bushwhackers from the mid '80s of wrestling that were just like, they were all about tongues out, flexing, and just making noise. And I'm like, what is happening? So there's this one like internet troll guy that keeps saying something to him. He doesn't have his text on the screen like I do. Again, no production value. It's just biker looking dude, clearly at his kitchen table. Then there's like kitchen counter and fridge behind him, and it looks like, you know, I'm terrified. I'm genuinely terrified to say anything bad. All right, it looks like somebody's kitchen. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it was nuts, but I really don't want to threaten this person. So, he's talking at this troll, and it seems like that's what mainly happens. Is this troll comes on, and he made up like a little song, much like I do. I can relate to it on too many levels. Of it's only a few words, but I can't remember it exactly. But it's kind of like Johnny McGee from the Bay, you see. Johnny McGee from the Bay, you see. Oh no, it's like Johnny's a goof from the Bay. He's a goof from the Bay, a goof from the Bay. And he just keeps saying that over and over again. Hey, Amanda. And and it's just like, this is insane. I don't know what I'm watching. And he's like, oh, he's on here again. He said something about you or whatever. Like, said something about me. So then, like, his wife pops in to the camera, and she's like, oh, I'll beat his face in. You tell him, oh, he's a man? Good, I only fight men. I'll beat his face in. Like, what is happening? Like, this is so much like being at a Cape Breton bar, like the one time I was, where I'm just like, somebody's definitely going to be in a fight. And Pinamander is just like, yeah, no, it's fine. And then a few minutes later, she's like, all right, we're done here. Let's leave. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, no. We've passed the point of no return. It's time to leave Cape Breton Bar. We're all gonna we won't, but you know, I will get beaten up by random people for no reason. So he's just going on. I'm just like, this is breaking my brain. That's about as much as I can watch. So it's just like, maybe skimmed for a minute. It was 4 hours long. It's a 4-hour stream. And again, I'm punching up here. I'm not saying this guy is garbage. Let's beat down the downtrodden. I'm saying, I've got, you know, like you guys, I've got a handful of people that watch this thing, and that's awesome, and thanks. This guy is in his dirty old kitchen, yelling at his wife. His wife's yelling at him. He's yelling at the people on the screen, and just mostly making noises. I already forget the numbers, but it was like up in the tens of thousands. I think it was up in the tens of thousands. I don't want to say even more than 15, but maybe it was like 50. He's got a lot of views. And that's mind breaking. But it's like, okay, at first it was like, this is visceral, it's crazy. He's yelling stuff, he's being crazy. But then today, first thing in the morning, sometime during the day, my brother sends me another text. And blam sandwich. And Everybody needs a blam sandwich. Everybody needs a blam. Everybody needs a blam sandwich. Everybody gives a damn. 'Cause when your sandwich is so damn good, you like all snaps. Blam. I ran out of where I was going to. And yeah, so it's like he doesn't even go on rants at this point. Not that is that what even I'm doing. But there's just no. So anyway, whatever. It's just like, yeah, of course you're gonna watch this. It is a magical car wreck that I can't do, but other people definitely could. So he sends me another video. This video, I only watched the first minute, and then I'm like, what? So not even first minute. I'm gonna say first like 30 seconds. He's in the chair. No, sorry, for the other one. So for the song, he was like, check it out, check out my new shirt. He stands up and he's like, it says like Bobby McGee from the Bay is a goof. And it goes on and it's just written like while he was still wearing it, it looks like in Sharpie marker, like, check it out. That's not good production value. That's not good production value. You're breaking me. You're breaking me. You're breaking me. This other one, it starts, and this time he's just got the leather vest on and like pants, I guess, and then his wife is just right here off camera. And you can see her arm coming in or whatever. So he's like saying something like, "Hey, it's a great episode. Here we go." And very visceral. He leaves frame, and she's like, "Yeah, you're not even gonna believe this one." And it's just again like the Bushwhackers. And like no time passes, he leaves, and like something crazy is gonna happen. Like he's about to do something insane. Just charge back in like a Homer Simpson kicking a pop machine, and with zero time passing, she pushes the chair away, and it reveals him. He's like on his hands and knees at the back of the kitchen now, with no shirt on, like getting ready to like crawling towards the camera, like still like here we go. He's like a combination of the Incredible Hulk Hogan, and Randy Savage jammed into one biker, and it's just like, brother, can you believe what this rock is cooking? Like, I cannot. Uh-oh. I don't know about my Restreamo today. Just disconnected. Hopefully it comes back. Like shocking. So I'm just like, I can't even. I was like, I don't even know. My brother's like, yeah. And I'm like, I just skimmed through, and he's like, that's all I do. I skimmed through, and he's like, every time you stop, it's something crazy. So I like skimmed, stopped, and then he was like, this guy here, like, this guy lived in my basement. It was the best year of my life. He taught me meditation. He taught me this. He taught me that. He learned me this. He learned me that. Like, he learned you that. Good. You gotta be learned things. Everyone's got to be learned things. And again, just he definitely just shaved his head because he kept bleeding, and then wiping the blood off of his shaved head. Actually, genuinely don't know if this is working right now. No, there it goes. Okay. I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna put it on the camera. And again, so if you did watch all of it, I'm sure. Okay, this one's got 1.1k views, 2,000 views, and that's as far as I need to scroll. Oh man, I didn't realize that. Okay, so you ready for this? This is like we're gonna watch 30 seconds of madness here. So, now he's grabbing his crotch. It's mostly that. It's like mostly that. It's just that, except keeps going. Just go. There's a mysterious little red bar on my screen. I don't know. Okay, I think it's just when the thing disconnected. I'm going to assume it's working again because Space Goonie is saying, how is that a thing? How is, it's not even that hard. It's not even, I wish I could say Space Goonie and blame Sandwich that it's just like, you know, it's not a thing and nothing makes sense. But just like I said before, everything is a thing. A long time ago, galaxy far, far away, this guy, stop. Okay, I don't know. Something's going on with the internet. I mean, it's not me, so who knows what's going on here. That guy, you know, he was biking. I'm sure he was doing crimes. He's almost definitely killed somebody. And, you know, his whole life, like, has been leading up to this. He's been putting those Voltron lines together, and they made this thing because everything is a thing. Everything is just a thing. I mean, like, hey, Blam Sandwich, you know, if are you into space travel? Are you into experimental space travel with weird little minion type guys? Then you go follow Pat Peru's Twitch and watch him, like, seemingly, genuinely conquer real space travel in a simulated thing. Like, that's a thing. That's a thing. And, you know, only because we know Pat, it's like, that doesn't seem that crazy or weird or different or impossible. It's just like, yeah, like, what are you doing? I'm going to go simulate space travel, building these space stations, giving literal tours of a little orbit in these things, and, you know, figuring out all the math and the whatever, and, you know, so much thought that goes into that, where I'm like, that's insane. It keeps saying failed to connect, reload. Can't find supported channels. Dashboard. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Are you just talking about Mixer? I feel like you're just talking about Mixer. You're just talking about Mixer. Alright, that's fine. It's fine. I'll fix that later. Just make the chat work. Chill out. Just chill out. Stop giving me warnings. So, I don't know if those red warnings are popping up on the screen, but they probably are. Alright, let's get nuts. So anyway, there was that, and you know, what do you? I can see it right up there, phone. So how dare you act like you can't work? I don't understand. Working. Seemingly working. But yeah, everything is a thing. Everything is a thing. But when you do see other people's super crazy thing, it does make you think things like that. We're just like, what's wrong with my thing? Is it not crazy enough? What should I be doing? I don't understand. I don't understand. But I'm just building a different giant robot, and that's okay. We're not all building the same giant robots. We're not all fighting the same intergalactic war against giant monsters. And I fully regret adding this other purple. It's too powerful. Too powerful purple. So what we do, we take some water. Just go down the brush. There we go. And then we I diluted a bunch. Until everything has a tinge of that too much purple. And the paper deteriorates because it's too much water. But whatever. This will be one of those ones where I'm like, oh hey, you know what? Definitely putting lines on it. I'm not sticking with the paint color because I tried to experiment with a little bit of extra purple and it got out of hand. It got out of hand. Now I have to add more. It's just... But anyway, over there's some notes of things I meant to talk about. What are on those notes? Let me try to remember. Oh yeah, Halloween happened. And like we discussed last week, I'm not good at Halloween. But this particular Halloween, it was just pouring rain, so stormy. And just rainy and stormy enough that I'm like, hey, odds are nobody's setting any fires tonight. I can kind of relax a bit. Which is, usually my main problem with Halloween is, don't start a bunch of fires, guys. Please, everybody don't start all the fires. And everything was definitely way too wet to have a bunch of fires. So makes Halloween that much more enjoyable, less terrifying. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, every year I went home at least on Halloween, there was like always some abandoned building that was set on fire. Always. And just fireworks in general. People like shooting them at each other. And it also, like, when I grew up, it did kind of feel like, all the kids, all the people were like, all right, cool, like, it's technically cool to do crimes tonight. It felt like The Crow and Devil's Night a lot. Like at the beginning of summer, people are like, yeah. No, we're just gonna set fields on fire. Like, no, it's normal and cool. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not. These fires are getting too big and too crazy. That's not not what we're supposed to do. No, it's fine. It's summertime. It's the time for burning grass. And then at Halloween, it's like, yeah. We're impervious to, fireworks, so we can just shoot them right in each other's faces. And, fire is fine. You don't get arrested for Halloween fires. They expect it. We're creating jobs. Oh my God. No, you're not. So, the most I did for Halloween was think, you know what? You know what always makes me feel better when I'm not enjoying something like I should, like everybody else, is a haircut. Nothing makes me feel great like a haircut does. So I think I'm just going to get a haircut. Look on the internet. Place is still open. Open for a while. Plenty of time. Get there, and there's a piece of paper on the door written, "Hey, closed early for Halloween." And I sit in my car, and I might have actively screamed, like, "Ah! Ah!" This was my cheer up thing. This was, out of all of the mundane, dumb things I can think, I'm going to go cheer myself up with this. This has nothing to do with Halloween. There's lots of different people here. It's like a chain. Nobody's shutting down. That's like McDonald's shutting down early for Halloween. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to get a haircut, and then I'm probably going to go to McDonald's. But I'm just like, kids. Oh, these effing kids. Ruining everything. Everything. I just wanted to get a haircut. And then I messaged Tim, and Tim was like, then now you just go home and do it yourself. You'll feel so much more rewarded or accomplishment if you cut your own hair. And I write back, yeah, I will. And I am. And I had full intention of going home and, doing this to my head, which I've done before. But mostly I'm like, that's not fun though. That doesn't feel like a reward. That's me doing something to spite people. And I can't do that all the time. So I waited till the next day to get a haircut because, it's not that hard to be semi-normal during the day. And thankfully, I did go back because that's where all the stories are. So I walked in, and one lady that never quite recognizes me, but is like, "Oh, hey, you're the guy with the crazy apartment." Like, yeah. Anyway, blah blah blah. I have my own stuff. Like, you sure do, and you should. But in the distance, started to say and think that as if I knew who this person was, but I don't. But there's my hair girl, my story girl, I don't know, whatever you want to say. The one that I do tell the most stories to and has the most stories, her and this one other one. One time I was there and it was just the two of them, and I ended up there way past closing, and we were all just telling stories, and fun was had by all. So she waved from the back like, "Oh, hey, I'm here. All right, cool." And then she was like, yeah, I'll cut your hair. Like, awesome. And right away, it's just like, "Oh, yeah. So Halloween, how did that go? You said you were going to do a whole deer shot in the face costume. Did you do that? Did it upset everyone?" And she was like, "No, I didn't really get around to doing that. So I did this fallen angel with black veins going through my skin. Real creepy, real scary." I'm like, yeah. That sounds about right. I'm like, I'm not into it. That's all of Halloween season. I just don't eat anything. I mean, there's candy everywhere, but it's like, the candy's also next to a severed hand. Sorry, no deal. Disgusted. Next. And these are the same. No. She tells me I'm gonna say two amazing things. Amazing thing one, which is just like I'm a monster, and some things just delight me and they shouldn't. But she was also a monster, so it was team monster, and we had a great time. She went to the mall, like with her kid, I assume, but she was at the mall with her costume, her makeup all done up, and some kid like started crying. And I'm like, yeah, awesome. And she's like, so I just started laughing, and I'm like, okay, cool, we're on the same page. This story can continue for as long as it needs to, because I don't have to stop and go, no, you were right. You should be, people, if they are scared, that's their thing to deal with. That's why I don't, do Halloween things, because I'm scared and it's gross. I've, like I said, spent all of my childhood of Halloween hiding behind a couch as people came and went. So she's like, I scared this, this kid was like crying. And I just kind of started laughing because, it's Halloween. My scary costume's scary. Hilarious. And, of course, that mom of that kid is just like, oh, like, how dare you, giving her dirty looks and threatening glances, to which she kind of, like, laughed at her as well. And I'm like, oh, awesome. You're kind of my hero right now. Because I'm like, you're right. Like, you're totally right. I'm terrified of Halloween, but I know that it's coming and I know what it's all about. So I have to still myself. I have to be prepared. I have to make sure that, I'm not going to crumble if I go to the mall. I need to still make it through society. Or hunker down until Friday and then go out, during non-Halloween hours. Those are the options. But some people choose to go, no, my kid's real good at Halloween. I'm going to take him out to the mall, and nothing's going to scare him, even though he's afraid of everything and cries all the time. And then, if somebody does make him cry, I will blame that other person. Like, no, you're stupid. So, whatever. I'm like cheering her on, like, good job, that's awesome. That's what Halloween's about. It's about being a maniac. And it's why I'm not good at Halloween, because I don't want to be a maniac and I'm afraid of maniacs. But you did the right thing, lady. So, do. This will make a little more sense when I throw some black markers on it. Let's go with this one. So later, even within the wind and the rain and the cold, she takes her kid out trick-or-treating, because that's what you do. You have your kids, and then you got to take them outside when you don't want to. It's very similar to having dogs. So whilst out trick-or-treating, again, it sounded fine. Didn't make any other kids cry. Everything was okay. And at a certain point, there was a car. And in the car was a lady. And this lady was laying on the horn, honking at children, and, rolling down her window like, come over here. It's rainy and whatever. I'll come to you. And is driving. Instead of waiting for kids to go door to door, she's driving kid to kid and trying to give out candy from her car window. And this mom is like, nope, like basically grabs her kid and is like, let's get out of here, and kind of runs away. As this lady is like just beckoning to every child and family. No, come here. I brought you some candy. I'm a good person. Like, even the worst person knows that rule one, like old lady rule one, and I'm guaranteeing that it's probably got to be some kind of old lady in the car, is no, like, never, ever take candy from somebody in a car. That's how they snatch you. Especially on Halloween. Don't. Like, it's barely acceptable to go door to door and get candy with the state that, people are. But just like, what? And she's like, yeah. So I grabbed my kid and I got out of there. I ran. And I'm like, yep, totally right thing to do. I was like, but I think, I'm definitely not a call the police kind of person. I've only done it a few times in my life, but that is 100% a situation where I stand there and I don't walk away and I call the police and I'm like, hey, here's the deal. There's a lady who I guarantee is 100% doing this out of nothing but heart kindness. Just, I have so much to give and it's so rainy and I just want the kids to have a good Halloween and I have a car and they don't. It just makes sense. This is my Voltron robot. Kids, take this candy. Like, no, you can't shoot lion fists of candy at children. You gotta gear down sometimes. Sometimes a Voltron robot is too much, and you just need the one tiger. You just need the one tiger or lion, whatever they were, a Dinosaurs. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I honestly, was like, I would probably I've become a bit of a watching things from my front porch type of old man in the last little while. Yeah, in the last little while. I've spent my whole life as a watching people from the front porch type of old man since I was 9. And I would have to just, call the police and just be like, listen, I'm not saying that this lady is a terrible person. I think that her head is in the wrong place, and it's just not. It's not right, and it's not my jurisdiction to tell some lady, hey, what you're doing now is terrible and wrong. You're gonna have to go home. She's not gonna listen to me. She's gonna think that I am the person that I think that she is. She's gonna look at me as, one of these guys walking up to people trying to give away candy. You're trying to get into my car and murder me and take all my candy. Like, no. I'm trying to point out that that's what you. And again, I don't want that fight. Police, you're armed in case she is a nut. There you go. / this does need to go on some sort of record, and some people just need to be told by a real authority what you're doing is banana boats, and it belongs on a banana boat. I don't see any banana boats, so go on home and watch your Big Bang Theory. But yeah, like I was just like, I would just have to do that, and then even she was like, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like I probably should have definitely called the police. I'm like, yeah, we all have those moments. I have 100 of those where I'm just like, should I be calling the cops on this guy? Is that his kid? Is that his stuff? Where's your face? Why does this person not have a face? So those were, I don't know, the highlights of my Halloween. Delightful tales of nonsense. But what else? What else could possibly be written on that post-it note over there? I don't even... Ripley?
Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Meow.
No, yeah, just look at it. If you just look at it, it's just right over there. Just look at it and just read that out for me.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
No, not even close. Not even close to what I was asking. I don't even know. Was that the Next Generation theme? I don't even know who you are anymore. So anyway, the other thing that it says on that post-it note over there that I can vaguely remember is... Oh, snaps. I feel like that day had a few things I can't quite remember. But one of them was... Yeah, this was still haircut day. So went and did some laundry. which, is normal. Totally normal. Nothing weird should happen while you're doing laundry. I'm just taking clothes, putting them in a machine, waiting for them to come out clean, putting them in another one until they're dry, and repeat once a week until you die. That's laundry. But every once in a while, the darkness will rise and will poke you and poke you and poke you in the back of the head. Are you talking about me? Is this about me? Am I a thing that basically is just a constant poking in the back of the head that never goes away? And I just keep talking as fast and as hard as I can. And you're like, is this ever just dead? Just stop, my friend. Why are you doing this? Please? Did I just rhyme on purpose? No, it was totally by accident. But you know what I meant. Hey, cement? Something else. Lament. He's not good. Let's, as we usually do, I'm going to put the bluish color in the background real quick. And then we'll do some black lines to give this thing some definition, because this one is just a muddy mess. But we're having fun. We're having fun. And it looks slightly better on camera than it does in real life. Color bluish, color bluish. So I'm doing my laundry. I'm sitting there and I'm drawing while my laundry's going. And is it in this one? I don't think it is. No, it was in my other book. I was drawing my laundry friend. It's on my Instagram. If you go to Instagram and follow there, no such thing as grown-ups. Everything I draw and all my weird little tales somehow culminate there. I don't know, but it better have been full size. Better have been full size candy bars. For something like that. I mean, come on now. If it's rockets, you're giving out like one package of rockets. Here you go. You need not have bothered, lady. This jail time will not be worth it. No, I'm sitting there. It's day after Halloween. Halloween store, I think, is still open. People are doing their discounts. And sitting there, drawing, laundry, fine. And out of nowhere, meh. 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 All right, this is somebody that's just very periodically honking their horn. And I look, there's no children. It's definitely a grown man. There's no animals pawing around. It's definitely this grown man honking the horn. I can see, how we can see somebody sitting there, but their arm is like, their shoulders is doing something. Like, yeah, it's definitely you. Definitely you. And he's just kind of looking, I'm going to say, towards the pizza place that is next door to the laundromat. And, like, okay, cool. I've already pictured in my head that I'm either going to walk up to his fully open window and say, do you want to go in instead? Like, my dad and my mom and my grandma and all the parents of the world at some point have said, go to the next room and just talk to whoever you need to talk to instead of screaming through the entire house. This is what you're doing right now. You're screaming through the entire neighborhood for no reason. My other idea was I'm going to get up, I'm going to go to the pizza place, and I'm going to look around. And if anybody's there who looks like they can't hear a horn honking, or if it looks like they can hear a horn honking and are like, I don't care, why would that be for me? I'm going to say, hey, somebody in here, if you want to poke outside for a bit, somebody's trying to get your attention, but they decided to just honk on the horn instead of doing something about it. So if you can deal with that, that would be great. And go back to my laundry. So, all right then, cool. One of these plans is happening right now. So I got up, walked out of the laundry place, looked at the guy good and hard. Okay. You don't care that I'm fine? Fine. I went into the pizza place and I looked, and I've never in my whole life, in the 7 times I've gone into this pizza place, have seen it as empty in my life. So it's like there's nobody. So whoever he's honking to must be way in the back, and they'll come out when they're done. And then I turn around, and there's this old lady. So, at that point, I just kind of looked at him like my regular, like, really? All right, I'm gonna help you out. Still pleasant, but just come on now, guy. We both know that this is unnecessary. Oh, and that is still quite wet. So. I get up. Or no, when I turn around, the old lady comes in, and so I hold the door open for the old lady. He honks again. Meh. I look back like, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And she looks at me like, yeah, annoying, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah, super annoying. Excuse me. And she goes into the pizza place. I'm like, all right, whatever. I don't know. I guess plan 2 has now become the thing. So I start to walk back, which, I mean, this is like 15 feet. This is so close. It's insane that he didn't just get out of the car. But also I'm like, if he's not willing to put in the effort to do something that requires 19 separate short honks, then he's not going to get out and punch me in the face. And even if he does, you know what? It's got to happen eventually. It might as well be for this reason. So as I walk by, window's fully open, one arm just like hanging out, hey, chilling, the other arm, meh. So now I'm looking at him, he's looking at me, and I'm like, hey, yeah, I just looked in there, and there's like nobody in there. So whoever you're honking to, they're not getting the message. So you're either gonna have to go in or just wait. Just wait. And when they're done, they're done. And then back into the laundromat I go, sit down and draw, knowing that from certain perspectives, I'm the crazy person now. And from other perspectives, he's still the crazy person, and I'm just a voice of reason saying, excuse me, sir, excuse me. I don't have a note from a doctor that says, please don't honk a horn at me for 20 minutes straight. It kills me. It kills me inside, but it does. But it does and don't. All right? Trust my medical opinion. Don't honk at people incessantly in a big full parking lot in a very small shopping center strip mall thing. And it's still too wet. So then some time passes. My wet clothes become dry clothes. My unfolded clothes are becoming folded clothes by folding them with my bare folding hands. And from where I am, I can still see them plain as day, and they can see me plain as day. He hasn't moved. He hasn't moved at all. He's just sitting there, just full chill. But he has stopped honking the horn after I said, hey, don't do that anymore, please. And he stopped. He stopped. I'm quite the authority in this town now. But what I can see is that from where I'm folding my laundry, didn't really leave enough lines here to trace over now. I can see that old lady from before comes out. She gets into the driver's seat of the car. And then they both look at each other. They say some things. And in that way, we're just like, yeah, can you believe this effing guy? What effing guy? That effing guy that was like this? That effing guy. Yeah, that effing guy. And they're looking right at me, and I'm looking at them just like, no, you're the effing guys. You're the effing guys. I'm just some guy who is like, excuse me, this is batshit. And so I already know full well that it's just like, can you believe this person saying stuff to us? But then I'm just like, I can't compute it. Like, it's just like, I don't even. I'm pretty sure I had to refold whatever I was folding because I'm just like, wait, what is? But that was the old. Was she in the car while he was hunk? Where did she come from? Did I just not see her in the car? And he was honking at her while she was in. Where was she? How did she? And then it was just those two, and then they left. They started up the car, and then they left. And I'm like, I don't. Was just. And yeah, I don't know. I wish I could even say it was somebody, but I'm thinking like, am I getting Patrick Swayze over here? Do I need a whoopee to be like, oh no, yeah, they were ghosts the whole time. They're just messing with you, and she was just floating in and out, shamalaning around. Like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll accept that. I will accept that answer. Oops. I feel like there might be one other note over there, one other story. I know there's definitely more, but like I said, once my brother sent those things, just like everything drifted out of my head. I'm like, I'm lost. I'm lost in a land that time forgot. And I don't know, I was gonna say in market news, if you're in Truro, I'm usually at the Saturday market for 5 hours, selling these things and more. But let's say not much. It was a fairly quiet market this week. Still fairly exciting. When somebody asks you to sign a book that you made, when it's like, I don't know, it's not a formal book signing, and I just had to print it myself. But the odd person will go and get a book for somebody else, and then they'll come back like, oh yeah, can I sign this? And in one case, Lightseed Candles from the market, she got a book that was like supposed to be a gift, and wasn't sure if her friend wanted another or sexy book of Sexy Dinosaurs or another sexy book of sexy dinosaurs. But one of them had one, so she's like, oh, well, I'll get my friend the other one, then we'll both have it, blah, 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 blah. And it's kind of funny, interesting, weird to just be a regular person as you are. And then suddenly be like, oh, yeah, just the person I wanted to see. Like, whoa, what now? Like, oh, like, please sign this? Like, sign this? Why? I'm not anybody. You don't need my signature. That's weird. But I did write and draw this book, so yeah, why wouldn't you want the person who did it to sign it? So it's personalized always and forever. And all I had with me, of course, was this Tuscan red Colorase pencil. So I signed it in pencil, and I'm like, all right, there you go. There's the least permanent signature ever. I was like, but if and when that goes away, come back and find me again, and I'll re-sign it again, and that'll be our thing that I do. Gave this Dilophosaur a little bit of an Alf face by accident, but now if it was one of the lighter reds or the blue, especially the light blue, I'd be like, all right, seriously, no, I gotta get a pen. This thing's gonna be gone in minutes. But like that, the Tuscan red on that kind of the back of glossy paper or whatever it is. I'm like, oh man, this is going to be embedded in here forever, I think. But also, just still hilarious to assign something in the least permanent thing in existence. And I don't know. There were some cool market moments, but I don't know. I didn't, I don't remember or didn't get anybody's names. But yeah, one dude was like, "Oh my god, like these dinosaurs or these whatever. Like I need to have these. Like all right, cool. But I gotta get money and I gotta do this. Like all right, cool, no big deal." And for the first second, I'm like, "Wow, this guy is going to buy everything I have. This is crazy." And then as he walked away, I'm like, "Oh, that guy's never coming back to this table ever. What? Why did I?" Idiot! Like, don't get your hopes up so crazily, so easily. Like that's stupid. He was just saying nice things because that's what people do. And then all of a sudden, whoa, you're back. Hey guy, what's up? Like, yeah. So I need this picture here. Like, all right, cool. And oh man, like yeah, I'll definitely have to take this book or take whatever. Like he got like a handful of things. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I really thought you weren't even coming back. And then another guy, just stories of nice feelings. Hey, let's have nice feeling time. Ripley, we got a theme song for that?
Meow, 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 meow.
Nice feeling time. No, not what I was thinking of at all. Yeah, another nice feeling report was the I don't know, random couple that like sometimes I'll see somebody and I'm like, all right, I just have to tell them what I do because I know that they need to know this, and then they'll be into it. And this guy was definitely like just into weird stuff like this. He thought everything was cool. I'm like, he's not gonna buy anything, but kind of a he'll be back. Like this guy will be back. He's way too into this. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, like I do a live stream and a YouTube. Like, oh, I do a live stream. Like I play video games or whatever. But I was like, yeah. Mine's not quite like that. It's weird. I do this and I draw these things and also there's like imaginary cats that I talk to and I give them voices and a penguin. He's like, what? And every time I mention something else, he's just like, I have to see this. This sounds great. I'm like, awesome. That's why I do this. Go to the market, that is to just like hype up the other things that I do. So just his excitement, I have to say, made me really excited to do the next stream, whether or not he and or his spouse is watching. I don't care. But in that moment, it was just like, wow, you are thoroughly entertained just by the basic explanation of the existence of this stream. But then at the market, I don't know, this probably happened before this stuff. It was like my table's here, and I don't know, like 6 inches, 4 inches away is the next lady's table with a bunch of soaps. And, you know, my normal soap lady, not that I don't buy soap at the farmer's market, but Avril of Rowan and Oak, she makes soap and stuff, and she was like, I ended up talking to her. Her table was next to me one day, so she's like my soap friend. And then this new soap lady's there, and I'm just like, what's up with, excuse me, who does she think she is? You're just gonna come in here and make and sell fancy soap? Like, yeah, no, that's Avril's jam. And if she was here, I would fully start a war between the two of you. And then Avril showed up. And I was like, huh? Avril, do you see this? Do you see this? She's like, yeah. Like, we support each other. We share ideas. We this and that. Like, you know, soap makers, you know, it's not a war. And I'm like, yeah. Artists aren't a war either. See, we're even sharing a table over here. Me and Nelly. And you know, so artists, all teamwork. It's all teamwork. We're always teaming up. I was like, but you're telling me, soap is teamwork too? Like, no, Highlander rules. Can be only one, usurp her power. Like, I already tried to start a war between the bee girl and the maple syrup guys. I don't think I told the maple syrup guys, but I told the bee girl, like, serious? Come on now. Like, they're over there making sugar. You're over here making sugar. Two slightly different ways. Fight. So soap isn't teamwork, but it is supportive. They support each other, and hey, you're doing this kind of soap, cool. I'm doing this kind of soap. In the twain we shall meet. And both of them were just super nice people, like just super duper nice people. From minute one, new soap lady was just as nice and friendly as old soap lady, but just not as talkative. Alright, totally lost a bunch of the shapes that were under there, but whatever. See how well... Eraser. It was an eraser that fell. Mystery solved. But anyway, within that 6-inch space between new soap lady and me, all of a sudden, when everything's nice and quiet. And it's just like, oh, after a long, hard week, it's like I don't have the energy to stand up for 5 hours at the market. And I've got a little stool there, and I'm just sitting there drawing away, having a great time. And all of a sudden, this little kid, like this 3-year-old kid, like this tiny, tiny little thing, jumps up in between the two tables like an alien parasite and just for the full purposes of scaring. But again, nothing fell, everything didn't go crazy. It was just like, this is 2 tables just covered in stuff, some of which is somewhat precariously perched and ready to fall down. And this kid is just like, like, oh, don't. I'm more terrified and startled at the fact that you're gonna make me be angry at a small child. Like, don't do that. I'd rather you just don't exist. Just get out of here. Just terrifying. So that, is the catalyst for, oh yeah. One of my best friends in the whole world. That's her whole game, is just scaring. And now she has 2 kids that are like just slightly bigger than this kid, and they play the scaring game all the time. So she has stories of, hey, Tatum got me real good with this one, blah, blah, blah. Tatum got me real good with that one. And the extra terrifying part about that is that I think, and this is, this kid is my favorite of the 2. Sorry, Nash, if you're watching this later. Tatum's favorite right now. She's just super interesting. And also, gotta say it because she's gonna be the one that becomes the murderer when you're older. So really don't want to upset that one. Sorry for outing you as a murderer so soon. But she looks just like the little girl from the new Pet Sematary reboot, and I mean so much like it. And she just has she's very good at just looking psychotic on purpose, and she terrifies me a little bit. And so she's doing all kinds of scares, and I'm like, good, that's what you deserve, because we used to live together, actually just one street over from here, a long time ago. Not a galaxy far away, galaxy very adjacent. And we shared 2 different apartments, and every time I came home, and without her, whether I knew she was there, whether I thought she was away, as long as we both didn't come in at the same time, I had to look in every closet, behind every piece of drapery, behind every piece of furniture, in everything, shower curtain back, like, okay, I think it's safe. Because there was a few times where it's like, just a cursory, is that a proper word? Just did a basic peek around, like, all right, I don't think she's here. Walk into my room and am there for several minutes, I would say. And then my closet door flies open. My clothes come down off things. I jump and am, shaken for minutes, hours maybe. I don't know. And I guess she's not watching anymore, because it is Pinnacle Amanda, or whatever her name was there, Pine Amanda. So yeah, that one's fine. I like doing the hiding in plain sight thing, where I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stand here until you notice me, because I'm not hiding. I'm just here, but I'm aware that you're not noticing. So I know that there will still be a scare no matter what I do. But I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm just here. Batmaning away. Or, I can't think of the Guardians of the Galaxy guy's name, who was invisible. But I think is Gork. Everyone's favorite Guardian of the Galaxy, Gork. There's Star-Lord, Gamora, the Tree, Rocket Raccoon, and Gork. I don't know. There's some characters who I just don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I feel like the hiding in the closet ones were just the most terrifying, because the last thing you ever want or need is a human jumping out of your closet. Like, whether you know them or not, it's like maybe this is the time when they decide, oh, no, 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 no. I've snapped and I'm done, and now I'm a murderer and I'm going to murder you. Like, okay. And this was the best way, is to jump out of a closet and just straight up kill you. Alright, I'm going to say I don't love this one. Purple's got it a hand and real money real fast. But we still made a dinosaur, sexy dinosaur, and that's what counts. So thankfully, I wasn't working on this, which I thought like, oh, maybe I'll work on this. But I don't know. I figured I'll probably end up ruining whatever I work on tonight, because I'm just like, ugh, I'm already drained. It's only Tuesday and I'm already fully drained. So try not to go too crazy. But this is something I'm working on. So when this is done, I can't wait for this. Like I said, I still haven't seen the movie. I don't know if I can see the movie, because it seems pretty disturbing and scary, which makes sense. That's what it should be about. But yeah, there's so many things about it. They're like, no, I definitely need to see that sitting at home where I can process it, rather than at a theater where I'm just like, ah, it's crazy. Not there. Some, I don't know, greenery floating in the air. Butterflies in the sky. Dinosaurs twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. It's your reading rainbow. But anyway, now that we got this out of the way, we can get to the real deal, the real reason that we're all here, and that is, of course, alright, well, this will have to go up, I know. So, there we go. Using my Artist Loft watercolor pad. If you like watercolor, it's pretty rad. So anybody who is new and doesn't know, there is a show on British television that is a kind of comedy version of a show on British television where they play word and number games. So within the game, they do give you 9 letters, consonants and vowels. There's normally a more involved letter picking process, but I'm going to use the letter randomizer on my phone. And usually try to leave out X's and Q's. So first we got a T. And then, so you're going to want to write down, if you do want to play along, the letters as you go. Whoever gets the longest word, and you just, within the chat, if you can, give me your one longest word, and the longest word wins, provided it's a real word. And basic rules are it can't be a name. It has to be just a regular word, noun, verb, etc., but not a proper name. So T-N-L-A so far. Another L. And an M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'm just going to go grab some vowels here. It's hard to get vowels. I just have to keep hitting give me a new letter until it gives me a vowel. Another A. This one's going to be rough, I think. And an I. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more. And then there is a timer. Did I mention that part? Then there's 30 seconds on the clock. After the 30 seconds, either declare how long your word is or present the word, and hopefully nobody steals it. So those are your letters. T-N-L-A-L-M-A-I-O. And like I said, one of these days I'll come up with a better letter picking system. I just haven't made it yet. And let me get back to the chat. Zoop. And then the clock goes like this. 30 seconds. Start now. I think I might have come up with a 5. I just realized, oh wow, yeah, that leg has been tucked up there for way too long. So Pat Prue has a 6, very impressive. The Chipmunks, always not impressive compared to everybody else, has got a 4. What time is it? Oh, we're doing pretty good. It's fairly early tonight. Did a dinosaur. Space Goonie with also a 6. I said I had a 5. Man, where's the 6? And I'm going to assume that's somebody else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3. CTK is coming in with a 6. So I'm guessing you all probably have that same 6 that I definitely wasn't seeing. But now I see it. Cause you're a strange animal. That's what I know. Got to follow. Mantle, ooh, that's good. Tail, so that's what I was coming up with. I think mallet, which I'm probably spelling wrong, M-A-L-A-T, was my 5. Mantle's great. Tamale, I was thinking, except there's no E. Did I say E and then write something else? Yeah, that's an I. Not an E. For some reason, the chat is not showing me stuff. And everybody always enjoys a little bit of Larry Gowan. Nothing. Oh, wow. Oh, that's a first. So I guess that's the end of that friendship. Space Goonie came up with nothing, and I mean, How are you supposed to believe in somebody like that ever again? That's about it. Stream over forever. I mean, I can't. Why? If you can't come up with one word, then the whole thing is done. But no, I'm sure you had plenty of 4s and 5s like I did, and even the chipmunks did. But yeah, spend the rest of the night under a pile of blankets. That's where you belong. And yeah, CDK had animal, and I'm gonna guess that avocado shakes and the Drake are probably living their life tonight, unless I did not check. Ooh, and over at Space Goonie 42 on Instagram, some new fancy bottles. Meow, 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 meow. And CTK's cat. That's Instagram news. Anyway, that's been countdown. Put my countdown paper back in the countdown drawer. Go back to this countdown art and look at it one time more. I did want to. I mean, it's all on the Instagram anyway. Yeah, you guys are in Instagram. Anyway, yeah. If you are wondering about the things that I've drawn throughout the week, follow on that Instagram. Those numbers are going up, and I'm super happy about that. But mostly because the stream announcements are always on Instagram. They do spread out to Facebook and whatnot, but I know that Facebook owns Instagram, but Facebook is just the worst. Excuse me. And I still, as easy as it is, I could literally be like, Siri, what is TikTok? And Siri will probably load up a thing for me, but I don't talk to Siri either. But I don't even know what TikTok is. I'm pretty sure it's just some sort of Twitter Vine combination type of thing with some videos but whatever. I'm gonna make myself obsolete and live in the Instagram world for as long as I can. And I mean, come on now. I'm branching out into YouTube and Twitch and even Mixer, kind of. And maybe I really don't want to. I mean, you probably should. I could technically press a button and have this also just stream straight to YouTube. Not YouTube, it already does. Straight to Facebook. But there's something about that that makes me not want to do it. Maybe it's my own problems with Facebook as a thing and how I feel hacked every 2 days. So I just am like, nah, no thanks, Facebook. And since this isn't a stream about drinking coffee or having breakfast or, yeah, that's what Facebook's about. And that's not what this is about. So it's weird. I post drawings on Facebook and nobody cares. If I share one meme that somebody else already shared, yeah, it's a meme. Let me like and share this. Like, I put effort into this. Into all of this. But you know, people aren't looking for effort. They're looking for a dude to take his shirt off and make grunty noises for 4 hours. And I get it. I mean, that's what people want. Perhaps something from over here. I have all sorts of delightful anecdotes about traveling through the time-space continuum. Did I mention? Yeah. Enough about you're a drifter in the regular continuum, and you are a burden on my little society here. That's all you are, all right? You can pretend to be a scientist and a wizard, and yeah, maybe there was some clones. Maybe we had a cloning issue for a while, and Milo murdered a bunch of versions of himself. And then he exploded. Watch Morning, everybody, on my YouTube channel, and you'll see the saga that is Milo's transformations from version to version, and the mild growth of Major Penguin.
Meow, 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 meow.
All right, Rip. Whoa! If I leave and come back without turning those off, they just keep going. But yeah, Ripley is saying that time is up. Time is up. I wish I could keep going and rambling, but when you got a thumbless boss, what do you do? What do you do? But as always, thanks everybody for watching, subscribing, following, cheering, whatever else you can do with streams, sharing, caring, watching, and bearing with me while I do whatever this is and entertain myself while trying to entertain you. Got a new wireless headphone that has creeped over to the front and I didn't even realize. But yeah, have a good night. Go live your lives, watch your Netflixes, and draw some pictures. If you do draw some sexy dinosaurs, tag me so that I can both enjoy it and say, hey, you know that's my jam. Don't dip your toast in my jam. Sexy dinosaurs is my jam. I got my toast ready, but it's got your jam all over. What's up with that? But not really. Anybody can draw things. I'm not a maniac who's like, this was my idea. Everybody, have fun, share, and enjoy. And I feel like I did something else to this that we can enjoy, but I guess not. Just play the credits. Play those sweet, sweet credits, please. We're done. Nobody cares anymore. Good night, everybody. See you later, Amanda and Patty. Hey, what's going on out there? Listing things floating through the air. Music by Jordan, clothing at this place. Oh, here's an ad for all the rest, but it doesn't fit in the space. Good night. Go to bed.